Hey guys, I got a good old game versus our good friend Strikket, who is actually not on my buds list, and he did get a very late start with his SCVs. I don't think that's the reason I won this. I was very sneaky this game. Not really. He knew I was there the whole time, but I just pulled it off better. So there, he got a pretty late start. But Strikket, I already uploaded a video of where I verse him. And yeah, stepped away. That was what? Whatever. So I start at 9 supply is key that I should be getting right here. Oh, I can't talk. At 9 supply, I usually get my supply depot. And guys, about my main race, I think it might be Terran, but it still can be Zerg. It's definitely not Protoss, because I hate Protoss in my league that just cannon rush. It really pisses me off. So yeah, we're just chattering about how I versed him and stuff. Training some SCVs. This guy he's highlighted, so he should be making a barrack soon. Probably more focused on this guy who's gonna go ahead and scout. And this is the thing I like this game about. I moved the scout. Okay, so here's what I did. And he started chasing me with that scout. But he stopped. So what I did is I brought him all the way down here. And let's see. He started building another barracks where my SCV is down here. And right here, I thought it would be a good idea just to place a bunker right there and train some marauders to go right here. And I almost done my barracks, by the way, and have started getting my gas. I started getting my gas once I noticed he actually already had his gas, so I didn't want to kind of fall behind in gas, so I just made one. And then I start finishing my wall off. This is a typical wall off. I do like to put a barracks right here and train some Marines to go into it and then kind of guard this part too and put some fire on them, which is what I do. I'm starting to train some Marines. And here's the old evil bunker. And he makes his whole thing with supply depots. I really don't know why. Barracks are much more convenient, but probably because, see, with this, I can't place a tech lab or a reactor without lifting it off. That's the reason why it's not too good. And I'm starting to build a bunker right there. And I'm starting to build a tech lab there so I can train some marauders. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And I start building a bunker right there. I start out by training some Reapers to kind of go harass his workers. And look at this. See what he's seen. He's seen nothing. He thinks that there's nothing going on down here, but he does end up finding out. But that doesn't really mean anything. Send these two Marines to go into my bunker. My second gas is building, and I am morphing into an orbital command. And I am training 2 Reapers. Ready to reap. He has 2 Marines guarding, and he already started on his factory. And I do think I know that. I think I scan really soon. Find out he has a factory, and that's when I start putting down my factory. I think I should be scouting fairly soon. But I remember I do scout, and I see his factory. So then, yeah, here's the scan. I see his factory just finishing. And that's when I instantly pull an SCV off to make a factory. He's a little bit behind. Ooh, the Grim Reaper. So I send the Grim Reaper behind all of his workers. He does not know what is going on. And he's just there to harass his workers. And he does take a Marine, and he does have a Marine to take the watchtower, which is a very good move. It's always good to control those watchtowers. And I should be harassing his workers, but I wasn't really paying attention. I just wanted my Reaper to kind of do its own thing. So it ended up destroying the refinery. But I think, yeah, I'm starting to train Marauders to go into this to kind of guard my proxy thing. An SCV there to rebuild or repair. And I'm training more Marines there. My factory should be getting a tech lab soon, and I'm starting an engineering bay. And I do believe I get infantry weapon level 1. And yes, I have started building 2 more barracks. Then he brings one of his Marauders here to see what he can see. Let's see what he sees. Let's see if I made a bad move with my proxy thing. But he has a very nice field of vision actually right now compared to mine. Actually, no. I actually have a very good field of vision. Oh, yeah, that was the mistake on my part. I actually sent out a Reaper, but instead I moved him back actually. So he spotted. What's he spotted? He spotted everything. But thank God for these sands, or these tall grass. He does not know that I have an actual barracks behind here. He does bring in a siege tank. And siege tanks, when it's in siege mode, it can shoot farther than Marauders. So that's what he should have done here. I do believe he's almost done researching siege tech. And I do believe I'm starting to pump out, no, I should be getting some, yeah, I am researching, but I'm researching siege, no I'm not. I should be getting some siege tanks, and I am starting to research siege tech. And he does have a siege tank there, which I do scan as I try to build another bunker, which made me forced to pull these 2 Marauders out and get him. So let's see what he sees. He only sees my 2 Marauders and my tech lab. So he probably knows that there's something behind these rocks. It's either I'm actually moving all these units behind the destructible rocks, or that I am scanning again. Because what I was worried about is him getting starports. But that was not really what he was going for. And I do believe I attach a tech lab to this one. Yeah, and I move it. Yeah. Lower that supply depot. I do have 2 siege tanks building. And he is pumping out the siege tanks at the moment. The thing is, all he's doing is pumping out siege tanks. He's not pumping out any. He is training some Marines, but he only has 1 barracks, and he's only training Marines with a tech lab on it. That is the wrong thing to do. If you have a tech lab on it, you're going to want to go for the higher graded units like Marauders, Reapers, or Ghosts. So I have to pull I don't know why those guys backed away. Probably a misclick, but I had to bring all these guys. And what I did wrong here, these Marauders died because this one was attacking the Marine, not the Marauder. If that one would have attacked the Marauder first, then hit the Marine, I would have killed him. But I still have this very nice bunker with some Marauders and pumping out even more Marauders here. And he still does not know that I have this. He does not know what's going on here. But eventually he does find out. I do have some siege tanks. I have 2 barracks. 1 pumping out nothing, 1 pumping out nothing, and 1 pumping out nothing. The most action in this game is over here. He does manage to take it out. Right here I would have rushed, but there is a barracks right there. Ready to eat them alive. He is training a couple siege tanks, and I'm training 1 too. I have 2 siege tanks ready. And I like to place a siege tank like right here to defend right here, around here, because it can fire from Marines here. And I also like to put maybe a SCV kind of hiding right here. So maybe the siege tank can actually get a little bit farther range. Because siege tanks have tons of range. Oh no, but they have so much range. And I do plan for an attack. And, oh, he does find out what has been going on down here. He found out I have a barracks and attack lab, but I am able to hold this attack off with my marauders. He does bring in a siege tank, which my marauder is able to get before it goes into siege mode. Actually, no, but I bring out my second marauder. If that tank did not go into siege mode and was just standing and actually went in, he probably could have killed that marauder and killed my other one, because I got some free shots off on him when he was going into siege mode, so that's what I would have done. So I'm moving up some units to the front of his base, to his front door, and I'm pumping out some marauders, I always say that. And I have a backup siege tank, which should not be happening. I should actually move this army back to get back up that siege tank. But I do end up, I should siege up these siege tanks, but it wasn't that much. I decided to kill the supply depots because, you know, might as well supply block him. And he is supply blocked because of that, so he's not able to produce any more siege tanks. Actually, and he has all of his remaining units. He's going to try to take out my marines, which he does in fact do. He does kill off my marines. Actually, no, he doesn't. This last standing breath siege tank is going to try to take out my marines, but he does not. And while they are in siege mode, after they kill this barracks, they are now able to hit the factory in siege mode, which is exactly what they're doing. And right now, I start pulling the marauders outward to start attacking the factory too, like a two-pronged attack. And all he really has at this point is a command center, and he says, "Nice job, I think my late start hurt." And then I just say GG because it's kind of obvious that he's going to GG at that point. Like, he has nothing, unless he had like a ninja expansion. But he does not really GG. He kind of, but I accept it. He says, I don't know really why I accept it, but that would have been a pretty good win. And that's my game versus Strikket, and I will see you guys later.